niggers. Hey y'all, hey. Allow me to reintroduce myself, yeah? Because I am not the same woman that you watched on your screen 5 months ago, okay? I've changed, I've evolved. And so that's what I wanted to talk about today because, you know, it's really interesting throughout starting this journey and this whole content space. It's very new to me, you know? I'm learning how to swim with this, you know what I'm saying? I'm just about crawling, yeah? And I remember when I first started, I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. And I still don't know what I'm doing, like, don't get specific. But I know more now than I did then, you know? So I'm still learning like so much, and I'm still unlearning and relearning and, you know, still figuring out like the business side of YouTube and all that kind of stuff. However, I've been in a bit of a reflective space, and I've grown so much. I'm like, oh my God, hello, hey new me. But the thing is, right, I'm a new woman, you know what I'm saying? And now that I've evolved into the woman that I am, you know, I'm having to get to know her, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, you know, there's been so much that has been, you know, happening in life. But all the topics that I talk about and all the things that I discuss on this channel, on this page, you know, they're all things that like I do, right? And that like I work on. But within like I didn't realize when I started how much within myself I would have grown like now, you know what I mean? Like if you take like 6 months, you know what I mean? That's a long period of time for growth. But like I always speak about, like growth happens internally first, you know? And like when I watched that first video of like, I don't know what I'm doing, like I was so nervous, and like it's so mad because I'm like, hey girl, like that version of me got me here, and like I'm so proud and I'm so grateful, you know what I mean? And this version of me will get me to where I'm trying to be, you know what I mean? But yeah, man, I'm a new woman, and I just wanted to talk about it really and reflect on it. And you know, with this you know, with the content space and what I'm trying to do with my content, like this is my brand, right? This is me. And I've been feeling like there's a little bit of a disconnect somewhere. And so I've changed my plan a little bit, you know, like I've adjusted it because there's certain things that I need to start doing that I haven't been doing, and it's just all like really interesting, right? But you know, just in terms of myself and how much I've grown, and I know how much I've grown because like I sit before you now confident, right? And that's because I've been doing the work and I've been keeping the promises to myself, and it's really like built my confidence. But the thing is, right, recently I've been, you know, walking into rooms and into spaces with like new people, but I've been like, it's been so easy for me to walk in as my authentic self, and I'm being received as my authentic self. And like I spoke about it in my last video, right, like the right people will never make you feel like you need to shrink yourself, kind of thing. But there's a power in knowing who you are, and like I'm still learning myself, right? I'm still evolving, I'm still growing, you know, like another 6 months time we're gonna be even more evolved, you know what I'm saying? But even that, like me 6 months ago, I wasn't this version of me, you know what I'm saying? And so even like, you know, if I think about a year ago, let alone like the past 6 months, I was not this woman. You know, I would walk into rooms really like nervous and anxious and, you know, yeah, like just uncomfortable, you know what I mean? Whereas now, like I said, like I'm just me, you know, and I just allow myself to be myself. And it feels really good. It feels really good, and I'm so proud of myself. I'm proud of myself for sticking to, you know, everything that I said that I was going to do. I'm proud of myself that I've been able to show up consistently. This is giving like typical Libra energy. Do you know what I mean? I want to thank myself for showing up consistently every week. Yeah, I want to thank myself. But like, in all honesty, it's just, I think it's really important to celebrate like these little small wins within yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because life's hard, man. You know what I'm saying? And when we, you know, want something, or we're going after something, or we're doing something that's like unknown, it's really, really uncomfortable. And I talk about it all the time, but like, I'm not an exception. You know what I'm saying? It's very uncomfortable for me also. You know what I mean? And there's so much that's happened as well within like the past 6 months. Like, the thing is, right, this is like one of my analogies that I always like to use, you know what I mean? But I've really cleaned up my landing strip. By doing so, I've allowed space for my blessings to start coming and landing. And sometimes, you know, on the runway strip, there's clutter, man. There's baggage, you know, and we have to get rid of that in order to be able to allow our blessings to land, right? And I've been doing a lot of that. I've been doing a lot of like the internal work over like the past, well, I've been doing the work, do you know what I mean? But since I've started, like, the work's been happening. And you know what, right? The thing about growth, it can feel really lonely at times because not everybody grows in the same direction as you, or you know what I mean? And I think that's one part of the growth process which I probably find the most painful, is not everybody grows in the same direction, you know? And people who I thought, you know, would be around for life, you know what I'm saying? Like, I look around and, you know, they're not here, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, that is definitely something that I do find really painful about the growth process. But at the same time, everything happens for you, right? Like, not everybody is supposed to serve every season in your life. And that's the thing about, you know, growth, right? Look at the trees, like, some leaves fall off. You know what I'm saying? Doesn't mean that the tree is any less. You know what I mean? When I'm talking about like, I'm no longer her, like, I'm still me at my core, right? But I'm just more me. And there's so many aspects of me. There's so many aspects of my growth that I can recognize now and that I can see. And again, like, when you're doing the small things day to day, and you're doing these things like daily, and you're surrendering and unlearning and relearning, and you know, it's a process. And when you're going through the process like day to day, you don't see your own growth, right? Because you live with yourself every day. But it's really important to reflect, do you know what I mean? And even just within myself, I'm so much more connected to myself. I've grown so much within my faith. I've grown so much within my discernment. You know, my boundaries are super strong. I've grown within my love, you know, my love for others and my love for myself. It's just such a beautiful thing. I've grown within my peace. I've grown within, like, just my awareness, you know what I mean? Knowing who I am, where I still have room for improvement, where I still want to change, you know what I mean? I've just grown within my womanhood. I feel the most like, I'm really living in my like divine feminine at the moment, and I feel the most feminine. And even when I'm tested and people try and bring up my masculine, or not even people try and bring out my masculine, because maybe they don't try, but old versions of me would have been triggered into my masculine. Do you know what I'm saying? Right, so I'll give you a real life example. There was a situation that happened last week, right? And I really had to, because, you know, I don't like carrying on things for like till like the next day and things like that. Do you know what I'm saying? I used to be like that. I used to carry things on, but I don't do that anymore. But it was like, vibrationally, I was really like, I'm not feeling this, do you know what I'm saying? So I was in prayer and I was like, what do I need to do? Tell me. And all I kept hearing was, you know what you need to do. That was the word, that was the instruction, you know what you need to do. And there was this stubbornness, right? There was this voice, and it was this stubbornness that was like trying to reject what I knew. And it was like the voice in my head was like, no, I'm sick of being the bigger person. I'm sick of always being the bigger person. I'm sick of people not meeting me where I'm at. Like, no. Obviously, I knew what I needed to do. Obviously, I needed to vibrate higher. Obviously, I needed to continue leading with love and not allow how I was feeling to mute that. And it's really funny actually, because then like I had a really good day the following day because I did exactly what I needed. I know that I needed to do, right? Like I just needed to vibe high like I do and continue to give love. And people will meet me where I'm at eventually. Yeah, it might take a bit of a while, but eventually, because I'm contagious, you know? I am. My energy is contagious. So yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's like these like moments. These are like the moments, man. And I don't know if you experience things like this, you know what I'm saying? Like, but I just think I can't be the only one. You know what I mean? But another really interesting thing that I've noticed is I've actually watched and felt like the fear that I used to have 5 months ago, like evaporate, just like dissolve, like. And again, I've grown so much within my faith, so maybe this is why. You know what I'm saying? Maybe this is why the fear isn't as loud. Yeah, it's very, very silent. You know what I'm saying? And even if it is there, like the face on the other side of it, you know what I'm saying? But that's been really empowering for me actually, and especially for me who lived my life in so much fear. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, we'll go into deeper depths of that, yeah, another time. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, for me, somebody like I'm saying, I lived in fear for so long, for many years. So to even like feel that disintegrate and fade away, I'm here for it. Do you know what I'm saying? I am here for it. So yeah. You guys change, you guys evolve, mindset shifted, and I'm just getting started. You know what I'm saying? So, and it's not even a RIP to the old me. It's not that. It's like, girl, high five, like thank you so much. And I remember when I first started, right, envisioning me now. I remember all these feelings that I have of how comfortable I am within myself, and how I'm able to show up authentically. I remember like that was higher self, that was higher me. Now higher me has evolved, do you know what I mean? Because I'm her now, do you know what I'm saying? Like, hey. But yeah, man, you know, I've outgrown a version of myself very quietly, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't get it twisted, I do reflect, so I have been able to, you know, throughout the months and stuff, been doing reflecting, but like I'm saying, like I'm a new woman. I'm no longer her. Yeah, I'm evolved. I love the fact that I can walk in my authenticity unapologetically and can continue to keep pouring life into people, right? I'm a believer, you know what I mean? And I'm very, very aware that this is God doing his work. He has got his hand on me. Like, I am so covered. And the people who I'm meeting, the new people that I'm meeting, you know, are just such beautiful souls. Because the thing is, right, making friends in like I'm not a young gun, I'm not a youngster. Yeah, I'm a woman. You know what I mean? I'm grown. I'm TT. Yeah, sis. You know. Um, but it's different. I find that I don't know. Is it just me? Is it? I don't know. Maybe it's because I haven't made some like new friends in a while. But I love meeting new people and I love making new friends. Like, I actually love people. You know what I mean? So you know, we love a little reflection, do you know what I'm saying? But I'm like, I need to really reintroduce myself because, like I'm saying, I'm not her. I feel like I've returned back to myself. I feel like I've reclaimed me. I've reclaimed my power. I've reclaimed my purpose. I've reclaimed my faith. I've reclaimed it all, you know? Oh, It's everything right now. It's absolutely everything right now. And like I say, I always say, you know, what goes up must come down. But I've set a new bar for myself. Like, I've set a new vibrational frequency for self. You know what I'm saying? So that's like the new default. You know what I mean? How fun. There's a big difference between existing and actually being connected with yourself. You know, you're locked in. You're locked into the channel. You know what I'm saying? You're locked into my content. So this is how I know you're growing too. I know you're evolving too. And I am so proud of you, because we know, do you know what I'm saying? It's not easy. You know what I mean? If it was easy, everybody would be doing it, right? But we're doing it. But watch this space. Do you know what I'm saying? We're going to continue to grow together. Yeah, we're going to continue to evolve together, and we're going to continue to enhance our mindsets and raise our vibration and connect with ourselves. But that is it from me today. Oh, actually, before I go, Cheeky Chai will be out on Wednesday, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, that is it from me today, amigos. Thank you so much if you have watched this video. Please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.